You've reached Hall in Mockery.
What's the money shot of the podcast? Probably the intro song.
The intro song, people, and I hate to even do this. Many people, many people,
You're
many
doing Don
people.
Jr.
No. Many people. Guess who?
Many people. So Elton John.
Yes.
But many people.
Many people tell me that the metro song is for the best. Ding, ding, ding. Elton John, and how many retirement tours has this guy got to go on?
I gotta do one more retirement tour. You know, many people are telling me to go on tour. One last time, I said I already did my retirement tour. I went out in the Detroit jersey. I did the Bendy song. I did the song about this baseman.
Do you think the people that can see us are wondering what's happening?
Yes. And I'm waiting for one of them to be someone that I personally know that won't look at me the same after this.
You told me, come on down to an undisclosed location, a perfectly soundproof new studio.
Right.
Ours is still being renovated, of course. You saw last week our new studio had some issues, but not terrible, but the new studio has some renovations that need to go. We need to make it look more like a bunker. But so Joey said, come on down. How we doing? And Joey said, come on down. I've got a new studio, completely soundproof,
right,
and good for you to be here. So I came down. And he takes me outside.
I just want to be up front because people are going to say, Joey, Landon, we're not watching the video. And if you are watching the video, not helpful to what we're talking about.
No.
Not helpful in the slightest. But on the other side of us, if you were to turn the camera, if you were to break its neck.
And I won't.
Not 360. It would just be us again. But if you were to go 180 and face it the other way, there's just basically big window into a building, and there's a person that I believe was taking a photo of us.
Probably.
From the second story.
And probably they are sending it to the security and saying, is this allowed?
I was told that they are, at some point, putting security cameras at the building. But we're outside. So what are you going to do? Lock off these tables?
You're gonna put spikes on the benches so the home what are we, not homeless, the
Homer,
the homers can't even sleep on the benches anymore.
They tried to and they go, no.
You're allowed, outside's loud, everything's loud, but hey, that's what you get here.
And it's for horses. Hey, that's what you get here, and it's for horses. And they have mites, apparently.
And Kiddly Divey too, wouldn't you?
Hold on, our sponsor this week.
Oh, okay, that's some ASMR stuff right there.
I love my Liquid Death. Don't watch the video.
Liquid Death is great. Don't watch the video. It's just water, right?
I love sipping on my Liquid Death. Don't watch the video.
Okay, look, this is Colin Mockery. I'm Landon.
I'm Joey.
And for all of you who don't know, we are taking your calls. We're listening to your voicemails. The number, of course, is 319-DUB-MIT.
Yes, DUBMIIT. Think of the school, the smart school, and add an extra I, because that's the third one on top of your skull. And they're getting in there and they're going to make you stare at goats. And they're going to make one of them fall over if you don't pop a blood vessel trying. I have something to say. Okay. Speaking of being outside and everything being free, I was recently at a place that has a beach. So think of this, the beautiful coastline of America. All haze the skies, all spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. Nowhere in this place. Hold on, waiting for this helicopter to pass. Nowhere in this state could you get onto the beach without paying. Isn't it man's right? We came from... Some people are saying that we came from the ocean. We grew arms and legs and we walked out of the ocean.
I've often heard we come from the land down under.
But now we can't go back there without paying a fee?
Now we have to pay a fee to walk on the beach?
I want to walk on the beach with my shoes off.
The only fee I should have to pay when I'm walking on the beach is getting a little sun blister because I forgot my sun shirt in the car, and I said, maybe I don't need it. I can't be walking around in a sun shirt every time I go to the beach. Everyone's going to look at me and laugh, say, why are you wearing a long shirt?
It's extra long for the sun.
And you do get the red ring around your neck.
Red ring around your neck. There's something there.
There's something there, but
we don't have time.
Alas, we do not have time.
We have calls to get to. You called us, and if you didn't call us, what are you waiting for? As you know, it is free to call people in the United States these days. It is free to call people in Amsterdam these days.
Yes.
We built the whole city on pieces of wood. Why? There's so much land that's just out there that you can build on. We built Venice on all of this wood. Why? There's all this land. Think of how much of Russia's completely free. I'm free to...
Hello, this is Rob Lowe doing his famous Cary Grant impression. I just wanted to say, as Rob Lowe doing his Cary Grant impression, that I'm very happy for my good friends, London and Joey, for starting a podcast, much like I have over on the Rob Lowe Podcast Network, affiliated with Team Coco.
We don't need all of the...
And Low Point Productions, or something like that. Anyway, it is very nice to finally talk to one of my favorite podcast host duos.
Talk at us.
It is you and Joe Rogan and his sidekick Jamie. Other than that, I do not like podcasts. Anyway, this has been Rob Lowe doing his favorite and famous Cary Grant impression.
Okay. Well, Rob, thank you very much for calling in.
I'm honored. I know that you have a lot on your plate. You love doing the show about ghosts with your son Bob Lowe. You're doing the show where you are you're reminded. Is this right? You're reminded about Parks and Rec?
Yes, every episode.
What was that again? That's me doing Rob Lowe, which doesn't sound right if you just know him from his Cary Grant impression.
Yes, but if you do know him from his Cary Grant impression, I think you will know that was him calling and doing his Cary Grant impression. Yes, he does the Parks and Recollection podcast with writer Alan Yang, and both of them kind of ask each other, do you remember anything about this? And then the other one says, I don't really. Do you remember anything? And then the producer pipes in and says, actually, this is what happened. And then they say, oh, that's right. So thank you, though, because we actually did do a podcast called Lunch Break for quite some time. We're not starting one for the first time now, but we appreciate the well wishes anyway, I'd say.
I think that's... I don't know. Hearing from celebrities doing other celebrity impressions, I wish just for the sake of our street cred, they would just talk.
It would be nice to just get him, but I also understand, you want to... It's like when the celebrities go to Comic-Con and they wear the Iron Man mask.
Yeah.
And then a sign that says, it's Tobey Maguire under here. And it throws people off the scent a little bit. You're like, okay, well, that's what I would do if I was clever enough. But I'm not, because I'm standing in line for Hall H for 48 hours, crapping in my diapers because you can't leave the line. They only let 5,000 people in or something. I drove here from Canada. I'm going to get into Hall H and freaking flip my bean when Tom Hiddleston comes out on stage and says, everyone get down. I'm Loki now. Or
he's doing a Chris Evans impression. He's like, I'm ripped. Everyone's like, did he just do a dang American accent? Hey, last time I was freaking flipping my bean, crapping in my diaper, I was in love with an astronaut. Love with Astronaut, I drove across the United States going, hey,
Or you were an astronaut and in love with an astronaut. Now that's interesting.
oh, Landon, the observation you just made reminded me of what I do when I'm driving down the highway to get to my astronaut lover.
Okay.
Astute. Play the next one.
Hold on.
Whoa.
There's the freaking astronaut taking off into the sky.
Oh my gosh. If you guys could see this on the video, which you can't, but it is so low in the sky. And it's shutting out low. Hold on, who is that?
I think it's because those photos, the people that were in the building, they took the photos.
Yeah, we need to get some eyes on the two freaks outside.
Yeah, why don't you just pop the chopper up? Pop the chopper up. Okay, let's get to our other call here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller. Big fan of your guys' work, especially some of your earlier films, such as...
Wow.
I was just wondering, I know that, you and some of your colleagues have gone your separate ways, but if the offer came to do a 2, would you guys consider burying the hatchet with and making 2? Please let me know, and have a great day.
You're going to have to bleep that.
Yeah, we can't, well, because the content of those early films, too, we can't even allow the names of the films, I think, because of the stuff that was in them.
Yeah.
We can't, legally, we are not allowed to even tell people that those exist.
Well, and the other thing is, because we're on this military base, it's just one of those things that nothing we write or say gets out of here without going through military ears, green ears as we call them.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't want to say anything because, I did say it was an undisclosed location, but yes, we are at a military base. We are at Fort Braggadocious.
Yes, with the guy that plays the Green Army Man, Army Hammer.
Get down and give me 20 things of salt on you so I can eat you up. Get down and show me those feet. And add a little bit of salt so I can eat them up. I mean, this guy truly... Now, they put out a trailer for The House of Hammer.
Yeah.
That was, I think,
Which
5 minutes long or something. I can't watch a trailer that's longer than a show.
I was excited because it sounded like a WWE special.
Yes, I was like,
here comes Undertaker.
And Stinker Winker is going to throw him and give him the old House of Hammer. But instead, now it's just about that guy that eats people.
It's about the guy that eats people and likes doing it. He gets off on, and we've got a special guest that's walking in here, and we'll figure out why if you just want to sit down for a second. But I want to say
no, please.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And this reminds me of something that someone said you might want to widen out for this. This you want to remain off camera? Okay. So it will remain and this will be exciting for when we get to why you're here.
Yes, okay.
So this reminds me of something that someone said last night, because you're talking about eating people. We were at a little get together last night, and there was an older British gentleman there.
I say.
And something
Did he talk like that?
That was actually pretty far off. Something came up about Lady Gaga, and he mentioned to someone sitting next to him. And he said, my brother, this is exactly what he said. He said, my brother did Lady Gaga. He did Lady Gaga.
What does that mean?
Hey, I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Seximus times?
Well, it's Seximus Mucho, and which I think was in the what is that called? The House of Hammer?
Yeah.
It's Seximus Mucho, Army, this is crazy. Arm and Hammer. Have you thought about that?
Of course. This was the first when I first learned of his name. I said, "That's not a real guy. That's corporate synergy."
No, his name's Army Hammer.
Oh, I thought it was corporate synergy.
No, that's me. So This is a very good show. Should we get to this? What
Let's get to this.
What do we
because-
say to that?
Well, we can't really speak on any of it. There's a lot of litigation that's still ongoing. So
Red tape.
if there was a beep 2, I think, we'd probably do it.
Yep. So, Landon, what I want to get to, because we have a very special guest here, time
Yes.
is money, and because this is hot off the presses, and I don't want people to turn the podcast off before they got to this point.
Yes.
I fear that has happened.
I fear as soon as they heard how loud the traffic was, they probably turned it off and said, I can't be listening
They
to this.
say,
But-
I fear for my ears. And I say, you fear for your rears?
and I said, countryman, lend me your rears. And then I bent over and I did use my ass cheeks as a mouth.
Big news come out of Hollywood. Batgirl. Shkadunk.
Batgirl is treated like a common thug, and Batman and Dr. Zaslav, the new WB chair, treated him like he was Batman, and he was destroying the common thug that was Batgirl.
He treated Batgirl like he was Zaz with a V that carves stings into his arm from the
right,
Bat world.
yes, Mr. Zaz with a V.
Yes, and he carved in, instead of his classic Roman numeral, he scratched in B G
Yes.
for Batgirl because he took her off the map.
Mhm.
We know this. We know this. Batgirl has... Okay, I'm one of the squad. I'm on the squad.
You know what the best part about this is?
Mm.
We had an adoring audience inside.
Yes.
And it is kind of fun to know that
Don't touch me.
there is another person watching
Mhm.
that has never listened to an episode or heard an episode and is not a fan of our overall
Right.
shtick.
And they were all inside.
And they were all inside. But now we have...
Now one of them's almost sitting next to us. I'm still waiting for whoever they called on the phone as they were watching us to come.
Yes.
And then I have to explain to my boss, yes, I am 30 and I'm in trouble. But what happened is, we know this about the Batgirl
Cops are coming.
movie. It's been canceled.
Good.
But
Cops
more-
are coming.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
They're gonna come out and they're going to pop the little
Mhm.
the little button on the side of their holster. That,
Yeah.
just to let you know that they kind of might mean business.
The little button that holds it in.
Yeah. And they-
Say that again?
I should have brought my badge.
Oh,
Are you one
okay.
of them?
Not that bad.
Okay, you're not.
Oh.
I did have something else. That reminds me of something else I wanted to talk about.
I should have brought my Woody badge.
No, you shouldn't have.
isolate that.
More and more information has come out about the Batgirl movie, correct?
Did you want to tell me something else before you get to that? Didn't you just say?
That we'll do that later.
Okay.
So, more information has come out about the story, right?
Yes.
Have you followed this? I don't want to give too much away because there are some spoilers about what has come out about it. But I said, what was the plot of this movie? Because they said, it's not big enough to be in theaters, but it's not small enough to be on your tiny tube TV, your tiny little house, Tony. And so it's like, well, where does this fit in? They spent $90 million. It's too much, but not in the right places. I got money in low places. And so more information has come out about the movie. Brendan Fraser was going to make his screen debut as Firefly, right?
Yes.
It was going to be about Batgirl and apparently lots of her boyfriends.
Yes, Michael Keaton, the rest.
So this is why I wanted to talk about this. Landon, I was getting really into this and I said, we have a platform and no one else has access to any of this stuff.
Right.
The movie apparently is not coming out, but people
No.
want the story.
People need the story.
Well, guess what? I made some calls,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
And what I did was I was able to get not the full thing,
Okay.
but I was able to get the first couple scenes, the starting.
Really?
Yes. The scenes that introduce us to Batgirl.
For the Batgirl movie.
I got the first 12 pages of the Batgirl script.
12 pages.
I told Landon I had something that may take up half of the show.
12 pages. Okay. No, that's great.
It's-
This will be great because people, yes, the internet was abuzz. They said, how could you?
People want the Batgirl story, and I got it for them. So we're going to do a reading. People go to festivals to hear screenplays being read.
Yeah.
Screenplays being read. Okay, that's weird. Don't isolate that. Okay, so I have some music. I got the Batgirl score as well, so you might want to plug this in. And this is where our guest comes in, who's not on screen. We got... Oh, who's playing Batgirl?
Leslie...
Batgirl movie. Batgirl 2022. Batgirl 2022. Leslie Grace. So Leslie Grace is here. Thank you, Leslie.
Yes.
And first of all, we know that it's been very obviously hard for you. You filmed most of the movie. I can only imagine how hard. We're not going to make light of all the work that's gone into the movie.
No, of course not. And you know...
What?
And we're not even going to... play devil's advocate and say, well, you know, a lot of times fandom will get mad when they put out a movie that is bad. And they will say, how could you even put this out? People say that sometimes. And now we have a studio head that comes in and says, we're actually not going to put this out because it's so bad. And fans are saying, how could you not put it out? We're not going to play devil's advocate, okay, and say, maybe that is the right call. Maybe it is really bad. I guess we'll find out with these first 12 pages, though.
She's sitting right here.
I said we're not going to do that.
Oh, okay. Here, this will be good for the YouTube cover photo.
That's good. It doesn't. We don't have to be still. We can take a still.
We don't need to be still. We can take a still. That's what I tell my boss. And he's like, "Why haven't you been in your office?" I'm like, I'm taking a still." And he's like, "Why is it echoey in there?" Like, I told you, I'm taking a still. So this is the Batgirl Unproduced Final Screenplay 2022. This is the first couple scenes that just introduce us to the characters, and we are going to maybe, we don't want to say the script is bad. We don't want to say what the problem is with the script or the story. We just want you to get a feel for the comic, okay?
The comic book movie. The movie based on a comic book.
Landon, what the heck did I say?
Play that back if you want to hear that again.
Okay, so we've got... Do we want to dole out who's going to play the characters? Because we're going to have to do a little...
I haven't seen hide nor hair of this script, so...
Because I was doing the deal on the way here.
Well, I understand.
As my driver's driving me here.
No. I'm not saying anything like that.
I'm saying, am I getting the files or not?
Right.
Am I getting the files or not? So we have, of course, Leslie will play Batgirl.
Yes.
But I'm probably also going to have you, there's a line called Mother, and I'll have you play Mother as well.
You know, that's so reductive. I think she can play more than just the female characters in the movie.
Okay, well, I did ask her earlier before she got here if she wanted to play Little Girl, and she said no. So
okay.
I will probably have you play... I'll let you play one of the policemen, and they are policemen.
Really progressive.
Say that again.
Oh, that's really progressive.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. And we know you come from Hollywood, so that is good to hear from you.
Well, and that's just one of the many strikes against Mr. Zaslav, who cut this down in its prime. This was going to be a very progressive comic book film, but we'll never see that.
Do you want to play Batman? Do you want to be Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, I'll do that too.
And do you want to be Firefly?
Who's all in here?
Batman, Gordon, Firefly. I'll be Batman. No, you can be Batman.
I'll be Gordon. And
Okay.
I'll be Firefly.
Okay.
Are you going to read
So you
the
want me to be
screen
Batman?
directions?
Who wants to read the screen directions?
You do that.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'll be Batman.
Okay.
And then we'll get into it, and then we'll figure it out as we go along.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait. We need the music. Say something while...
Plug it in. Okay, well, I'll just set the scene a little bit. Just a little tease while we're getting the music set. Exterior, Gotham City night. If I'm writing a Batgirl movie, I'm going to set it in Gotham City. Right off the bat, you know they're on the right track.
That was when I knew, when I started reading it, and I saw Exterior Gotham City night, I said, okay, so they're onto something, and I don't understand why this movie was canceled.
Right. Is that playing?
I Oh, yeah. No, wait. Okay. Hold on. Batgirl music.
Wouldn't it be so kind of actually impressive, though, if it started Gotham City Day?
Can you hear this?
Google Fi.
No ads!
Sorry.
No ads! How many times do we have to do this? No ads! Get premium!
I just tricked you. I recorded that myself. I was just...
Google Fi.
I'm trying to get these voice acting gigs, and sometimes I'll slip in my ads, and people will say, like, that's a really good ad.
Yeah.
And then you go, that's actually me.
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone... If you tell someone, hey, here's a song I wrote, they're going to go, oh, that's great. But if you tell them, hey, there's this song I found, and they go, this sounds like shit, then you know
then
the
you could
truth.
say it, yeah.
And you go, I actually wrote that.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Got it? I'll let you control that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to die before this. Okay.
Okay.
Exterior, Gotham City, night. Rain envelops the sprawling metropolitan city. Business people run to take cover. Families huddle under theater marquees, vendors shutter their carts, and street merchants cover their wares. Everybody is in high spirits while this happens, laughing together as they run, trying to find a good place to wait while the storm passes.
And a dry place.
Yes, thank you. These are good people. It's my first time seeing it. Lightning, beat, thunder, Batman voiceover. This was my mother and father's home, their first true love. But their lifestyle determined their death style. So it also became their tomb. And in death, the city which depended so dearly on them became an orphan at the same time that I did. Flashback. Exterior movie theater night.
Oh, not
Two
this again.
gunshots ring out. Two out-of-focus bodies fall to the ground. Blood-spattered pearls from a snapped necklace scatter on the pavement. End flashback. Above the dark city, a dark hooded figure watches, as still as a stone gargoyle. Batman VO. Innocence lost. Back on the rain-soaked ground, we now see a different scene from the happy faces moments earlier. Now we see pickpockets taking advantage of the huddled families, businessmen luring women with umbrellas to their warm, dry cars, junkies shooting up in flooded alleyways, too high to recognize that their few belongings are floating away. Batman VO. But as the sayings I once saw on some cropped tank tops in the window of a place called Rue 21 once said, I'm not your baby, don't tell me to smile. And you know my name, not my story. Well, this is not my story to tell. We see the front of the stoic, pointy-eared figure sitting atop the building, only in shadow. A flash of lightning. It's not Batman. It's Batgirl. Batman VO. It's hers. Title, Batgirl. Batgirl leaps from the building. Exterior. Carmel Anthony's candy shop. Continuous. A nuclear family huddled under the awning.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. All right. Skip that ad, and back to Batgirl music, and back to the movie. A nuclear family huddled under the awning of the shop is being berated by a man in tattered clothes. He holds up a makeshift shiv and is motioning towards the wife's purse. Dirty criminal.
Give it up, sweetheart. I saw you buying them all the junk they wanted inside with cash. Don't lie to me. I know you's got more.
He points to the young boy.
And you, I ain't eating for 3 days. How's about you hand over that fudge or I'll cut you something else off of you to snack on?
The little boy screams, irritating the criminal.
You little, shut the hell up.
He lunges for the boy. Slam! The criminal is hit by a mass and topples over into the darkness. The family watches on, but can only hear the sounds of muted, wet, pummeling fists, screams of anger and pain. Until silence. The shiv slides towards them on the sidewalk, skidding to a halt near their feet. Beat. Batgirl walks slowly out of the darkness, breathing heavily. The father steps forward to guard his family. Frantic father. Oh no, not another one of you freaks. Ladies, stay the hell away from my family. Batgirl is about to speak when the little girl of the family steps out from behind her father. Little girl.
Father, stop. Can't you see that she helped us?
She is on our side. For we may not know her identity, but is that of any consequence to the morality of the deeds she aims to accomplish? We praise celebrity in our culture, as the Greeks once praised their gods. I have never heard you speak ill of Logan Paul, Bill Cosby, or Michael Jackson, yet if they stood before you in a mask, you would burn them at the stake. For the last 3 years, you and your middle-aged friends have said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself as a punchline ad nauseum, even going so far as to buy Mom a novelty lingerie set that said that phrase as a gag, Christmas gift, even though she has expressed disinterest in your sense of humor. But if a nameless man was sat in front of you and he recounted the same disgusting crimes, surely you would ask to have him castrated, just as you said about the vice president that one day in early January. Father, please understand that you and her are alike. Protectors of this family. Of me. And do not make disparaging comments about her gender, as the female version of a different, more popular superhero. Stay with me here, folks. Be like a rapper who says, now that I have a daughter, I can't imagine singing about women like I used to, as if having a daughter is the only possible way that you could ever understand treating a person of the opposite sex with 1 ounce of respect.
The father looks down at his daughter, stunned. He looks up at Batgirl. Hold on, and we skip the ad. And this song is actually 2 minutes long. The father looks at his daughter, stunned. He looks up at Batgirl. Just stay away from my family, bad bitch. Next time I need help, I'll call my actual superheroes. The police. His daughter sighs.
I tried.
She looks up at the sky.
Lord, help this country.
She looks at the camera and cocks an eyebrow.
America, the great failed experiment.
A light shines in the darkness of the night. The bat signal! The family looks up the light and then back down to where Batgirl was standing, but she has left so quickly that they only see the outline of rain droplets in the place that she was standing. Silence. Mother.
You're such an asshole, Jerry.
Exterior, Gotham Police Department, rooftop. The rain has stopped, and Commissioner Gordon stands next to the bat signal. Spotlight, in a trench coat, looking up with a mug of coffee in his hand. He takes a cigarette out and ponders it for a moment. He exhales deeply and puts it between his lips. He's just about to light it.
You really shouldn't start that habit again.
That's Batgirl.
Off camera.
Gordon pauses, smirks. He releases the trigger of his gun-shaped lighter and the flame extinguishes. He doesn't turn around.
You now...
You know.
Okay. You know, Batman, for a moment there, I thought you sounded just like my...
He turns, pausing as he sees Batgirl, where he thought the Dark Knight would be standing. He stares at her. She stares back at him. More staring. Beat.
Daughter.
Batgirl looks shocked. She lowers her head.
Yes, Daddy?
Gordon blushes.
Huh?
What?
Awkward pause.
I was saying you sounded like my daughter. Page 6.
Thank you.
I was saying you sounded like my daughter.
Oh. Well, I'm not, if that's what you're implying.
Huh?
I'm not your daughter, if that's what you think.
Oh no, I thought you were Batman.
What?
Jesus, I thought you were Batman, and I was confused when you spoke because you sound like my daughter, which makes sense when I look at you now since you're...
Yes, it's me, Daddy.
Huh?
What?
You're who?
Batgirl stands for a moment looking at Gordon.
And please, call me Zaddy.
So I'm guessing you don't know who I am?
Well, gee, let's see. The guy that comes up here dressing like a bat is called Batboy, so I'm taking a wild guess that you're being Batgirl because you have a curvy purple suit on, yes? Something else I should know about your identity?
Batgirl sighs.
Forget it.
Forget it what?
Batgirl stares at him with dead eyes.
Forget it, Zaddy.
Very good. Now, what can I help you with?
You called me.
Gordon does a double take at the bat signal.
Oh, that's right. I got so thrown off when you sounded precisely like my door.
They look at each other again, back and forth, beat.
But you're in a curvy batsuit, so you're not my daughter.
What can I do for you?
Yes. I trust that you're here because Batman is busy and you are working parallel to him, so I will tell you everything without hesitation.
Gordon paces the rooftop, rolling the unlit cigarette betwixt him fingies.
There's a new crime outfit in town. We caught it while it was on the rise and figured with so many groups already running business in Gotham, best thing to do would be to nip it in the bud before it got too strong. Only problem is that it budded faster than we could nip, see? Now, my two guys working on the inside of the organization, Ren and Stinky, have gone radio silent.
Are Ren and Stinky undercover Gotham Blue or captured criminals looking to garner favor for more lenient sentences?
The latter.
Batgirl hands Gordon a large step stool.
Thanks.
He climbs up the ladder to switch off the bat signal.
In regards to your question, the second option.
That's trouble waiting to happen. Someone gets one whiff that they've turned against the org, and you'll find them tied to a cement block at the bottom of the Gotham Harbor.
Don't I know it? But something tells me Ren and Stinky are still alive. You know, they tell us to never name the criminals because we get too attached, and now look at me, worried sick. Point is, Stinky and Ren, or Ren and Stinky as they like to be called, are working under a guy who doesn't really care about your ties or your loyalty. He rules by fear and fire. They call him Firefly.
Batgirl gasps. Batgirl gasps. Gordon gives her a look.
Sounds like you're already familiar,
May I give you a line reading?
Keep sticking it literally to my face.
Sorry, Leslie.
He...
Good. Flashback. Exterior downtown apartment building, night. Fire truck sirens ring out. People scream. The blaze of an apartment building on fire. A young redheaded girl, Barbara Gordon, cries out at the apartment building. She tries to run back in, but she's held back by several police officers. Her father, a young Gordon, is one of them. He looks devastated.
We can't. I'm sorry, honey.
She screams at him. A man in a mask with a blowtorch atop a building parallel to the one on fire shoots a stream of fire toward the building, causing firemen to fall. He laughs maniacally. A policeman yells into a walkie-talkie. He's shooting his stream again. Repeat, he's shooting his stream again. An officer addresses Gordon.
Go ahead.
What am I reading? Oh.
Policeman 2.
Sir, we didn't think this unit could dispense that many loads in such a short amount of time. Last time we made contact with this tool, there was significant refractory period between each explosive rope of fire.
And page 10. Gordon looks up, focused on Firefly's massive pipe streaming forth more flames.
It's like a third leg. Wait a minute. The bastard added something to his weapon. It looks like a little marble bag. It must be holding more firing power.
These are good sound effects.
Every time he yanks on it... Sorry. Every time he yanks on it, he's able to blow more heat.
You heard the commish, sniper. Eyes on the piece of sack and fire when ready. A shot rings out and Firefly's happy cannon explodes. He screams and falls out of sight. People cheer as the firefighters work on extinguishing the flames. Young Barbara cries. End flashback.
He killed my mother in a fire.
Oh dear. What a sad coincidence we share. He killed my wife the same exact way.
He walks over to console Batgirl.
But don't worry, ma'am.
He motions toward himself.
Tarzan fixed Jane.
He wiggles his eyebrows. She shoves his hand off of her.
Dad, it's me, you idiot.
Oh dear Lord.
He throws up. Interior, Spears Industries building, Gotham, day. A large 600-pound man sits in a chair across from a camera and interviewer. He smiles politely. He looks like Brendan Fraser. Interviewer to camera. Who's Spears? Who's Firefly? Who's Spears? Me?
You can be Spears.
Okay. Yes, okay. So interviewer to camera.
Wait, you're Spears.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing. Okay.
It has been quite a journey getting to finally sit down with the man behind Spears Industries' expansive body of work, Mr. Garfield Lynn Spears.
Really, the pleasure has been all mine.
I just wanted to say one last thing, which is that so many people missed your presence in the community. They grew up with your chemical plant and products shelved throughout every store. Seeing you in charge of a mega corporation again has actually started a trend in hashtag on Twitter. Hashtag Spears was my childhood.
Spears gets choked up. Oh, well, now.
It's true. People love you. The internet loves you and supports you. There are so many people who can't wait to see what chemicals you make next.
He tears up, blushes, takes a sip of water, and tips his large cowboy hat. Well, shucks, ma'am.
I'm Elbows McGee, Channel 19, Gotham's news source.
Spears shakes the interviewer's hand.
And we're clear. Let's get Mr. Lynn Spears unhooked and on his way.
A production assistant rushes over to unhook the microphone from Spears' jacket and pulls up on the cable from under his shirt. As he does so, the shirt comes untucked and clearly visible underneath, just for a second, is part of Firefly's costume. The PA squints, questioning what he just saw. Spears grabs the PA's hand in his big, meaty claw. The young assistant looks at Spears, who is smiling hollowly. Careful, kid. I've seen people get burned for less. He lets out a soft laugh. I'm just kidding. You must have a hard job running errands for all these big shots you work with. What's your name, kid? They shake hands.
Blake, sir. Robin Blake.
He hesitates, then smiles sheepishly back.
Look, I better get back to work.
He walks off with the microphone as Spears looks on, tucking the Firefly costume back into his 78-inch waist-size pants. Spears. Godspeed, Robin. Godspeed. The end. Wait, the end? Is that the whole script?
Wait.
They told me it was 12 pages.
Yeah,
It
this
is
is 12 pages.
But it
yeah.
says the end. Is that the whole movie?
Maybe. I mean, it basically set up... Yeah, you get a full character arc in the whole thing.
I guess. It seems more like... I don't know. To spend $90 million on...
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's really good, and I think it's a darn shame that we won't be able to see it, but I'm happy that we could give it the platform that it deserves here on Call and Mockery.
Leslie, before we let you go, I just want to ask if reading this with us and getting to get the people that listen to when you're getting to the point...
What he's trying to say is...
Thank you.
Leslie, thank you so much for sitting here and when you are becoming to do it to do something like this,
Landon, I think what you're trying to say is, Leslie, it's been a long, bumpy road.
Yes.
Rocky.
Yes.
The road.
Rocky road. Moose tracks.
Mississippi mud. Kona.
When
you did the movie, yes, Taika Waititi.
Oh, did you ever work with Taika Waititi?
Every day.
Oh,
okay. So that's a little scoop we got for you here on the show.
Leslie, does this give you closure to finally get to give the people what they did for what they want?
If anything, it did the opposite. They told me I can never act again, and no one will ever get a microphone this close to my face ever again. But here we are.
Yes.
Leslie, the microphone has to be right up to your face because we're on a podcast and we're sitting outside an active military base.
Yes.
But it's not that close to your face.
Well, I'm loud and obnoxious.
Yes. And you have the grace of a seasoned performer, and he's, of course, an amateur buffoon.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to say to the peoples that are listening?
The pee holes that are listening?
Yeah.
They don't have ears. How can they hear it?
Oh, now I'm getting a microphone. See, now I know how you feel.
Yeah.
It's getting shoved right up in there.
Yeah, see.
Leslie, thank you so much for joining us on this week's podcast. We hope that you move on with this, and we hope that Ezra Miller next week on the show does be doing more. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
And if you want to walk this way, you won't be on camera. If you want to walk behind us, you will be on camera. Or if you want to hang out for the rest of the show, Landon said he's got some great thoughts on Prey that he just really needs to get to.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left, and this was good though. I don't know if I think we just need to ruminate.
Yeah, I think that it would have been great to see, of course, Brendan back on the screen, which apparently he has been already.
Yeah,
Was he in?
He's kind of in Doom Patrol.
He's doing Doom Patrol.
He's doing Doom Patrol, but he is just in a big metal suit. It's just his voice, basically. I don't think he's actually in the suit, but anyway. Other than that, yeah, it's great to see him, I guess. I don't know.
I think it would have been good. I'm just sad that if you put that much money into something to do a tax write-off, which leads me to my other point.
Sure.
If you spend $90 million on something, you can just have it be a tax write-off?
Well,
can I do that?
To my understanding, they're not making back the $90 million. They are making about $19 million back. So they are taking a sizable loss by not releasing the movie. But they would also be at great risk to release a bad movie on a streaming platform that will not get them subscribers. They've lost the money anyway. They've already paid for the money.
They've already paid for the money.
They've already paid for the movie. The movie. Oh! They've already paid for the movie. They've paid all the actors. They've paid all the crew. Streaming, as we know, does not give you residuals. You make no money on the back end, and I've looked this up vigorously. You make no money on the back end. So what's a guy to do? He inherits he inherits a bad franchise. He inherits some of the worst movies made of the last few years. He says, "What's a guy to do?
What's he to do?
If I put this out on HBO Max like it was supposed to, everyone who does watch it, which will be like maybe 1 million people or something."
I have a friend that works there, and his name's Max. We call him HBO Max.
They are going to say that it's bad.
They're going to say it's bad.
I just watched it. It's terrible. Everyone else is going to agree that it's terrible.
But to get to see Keaton again?
He's going to be in the Flash.
I know. But to get to see him in a little suit,
maybe.
they say the suit still fits me.
We'll talk to Ezra next week.
If the suit fits. Yeah, when we talk to him next week, we'll get some...
Maybe he can bring a couple pages of the Flash.
Yeah, maybe he can. Let me check his schedule.
Anyway, yeah, I watched that movie Prey. It was really actually quite good.
I gotta see this. You see this, Leslie? It's the new Predator movie.
I've never heard of it.
Well, and that's the other reason you don't put Batgirl on a streamer.
Right.
People don't know about this stuff.
Is Prey streaming?
Yes, it's on Hulu. It's a Hulu original.
Oh my gosh, I thought I had to go to the movie theater.
No.
I already bought my popcorn.
It wasn't even in theaters. It wasn't even in theaters.
Does it seem like a movie that could be in theaters?
Yes.
Oh.
But the problem is, as people will say, the last Predator movie, The Predator, written and directed by Shane Black, who by all accounts is good, is a terrible movie.
I haven't seen it.
So here's what happened.
Landon's too scared. He didn't want to watch it.
Here's what happened. I watched Prey,
Uh-huh.
and then it unlocked a memory for me that I was obsessed with the movie AVP when that came out, which I didn't remember until I watched this movie and I saw The Predator, and I was like, oh, yeah, I love this guy. Then
You love The Predator?
yeah, Predator. Well, because in AVP, have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Whoever wins, we lose.
Are you
AVP.
talking about
Yeah, we'll have to bleep
Okay, we're
that
gonna have to bleep that out.
Aliens versus Predator. And at the time it's 2004 or something like that.
Yeah.
I've never even seen a horror movie, much less an Alien or a Predator movie. But for some reason, I was obsessed with the idea of going to see AVP.
I think there was something about, because that was the same with me. I had neither seen hide nor hair of the originals.
Yes.
But to know, this is before you kind of know how movies work, where it's just a property. Where you go, but they're going to do it together. That's how it was with Freddy vs. Jason.
Right.
I hadn't seen the other ones.
Yeah.
But I go, they're going to fight each other?
Well, and what's interesting about AVP is, of course, Predator is something of a hero.
Mm-hmm.
He teams up with the humans to kill all the xenomorphs.
That's why there's being a resurgence of people loving these alien films and
yeah. But then there was another AVP, Requiem, that came out. Never saw it.
No.
There was The Predators with Adrian Brody and a bunch of other people.
I think that was
Topher
I
Grace.
Heart Predators.
Oh yeah. And then The Pianist. Then there was The Predator 2018. So here's what I did. I went back and rewatched all the ones that I haven't seen.
Wow.
Except AVP Requiem I haven't got to yet.
Okay.
So I went back and rewatched all the ones I haven't seen. Now, at the time of AVP, I went back and saw Predator 1 with Arnold. The Invisible. I discovered the secret I get in mud. Great movie. Predator 2. Predator 2. Here's what's funny about...
You have to cool it down in the mud like little piggies, oink oink. Right, Chris? Yeah, stepdad. Or wait, yeah, father-in-law. I love you, son. It's a me.
A Chris
Pratt.
Predator 2, of course, the hero is Danny Glover, who at this time is...
Getting too old for this beep.
Yes, and that's kind of his whole thing, and it is kind of strange because you're now flash forward to people saying, it's a girl! You can't kill the Predator!
Right, Danny Glover's a girl.
But Danny Glover's an old, overweight... And I love Danny Glover. He's an old, fat cop, and he's going to beat the Predator one-on-one?
Not gonna happen. You know why? Predator fit.
Well, here's the other thing.
Predator fit as F.
You're not watching a Predator movie to see the Predator win.
You can't, because you can't see the Predator.
He's completely invisible,
that's
except for you do see him all the time. Anyway.
You want to see the Predator lose.
Well, that's the whole point. Yes, he mows down a whole group of people, trained army men.
Hey, Homer!
Which we've seen a bunch, probably in the background here at the active military base. What's that?
You said he mows down a whole group of people.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, Homer!
Sure. Oh, homie!
I should watch one of these.
Check out the Predators. Anyway, Prey is really great. You don't even have to have seen a Predator movie to watch this movie and say, this is good. This is a good movie.
Is it a prequel or a sequel?
It's set in the 1700s, so... Yeah, I'm going to go and say it's a prequel.
Do we have time to...
Listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? Yeah, that's kind of the show. I mean...
basically, Landon, have you ever dealt with a phone, a scammer?
Yeah.
Where they text you?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Should we read through? I got a text that seems suspicious.
Okay.
And I kind of went with it.
A phishing scheme.
Would you like to be... I'll let you be the scammer.
Okay.
I can only be myself. I can only be real.
First, I do want to say Prey gets an 8. The Predator gets a 3. Predators gets a 6.5. And those are the ones I hadn't seen.
I must have like some sort of... When you said 6.5, I imagined like a vanilla cupcake. Because I have this thing where if you say numbers, I associate them with like tasties.
Oh, yeah, you're a psychopath.
So you're the gray.
Okay.
I got a text the other day, and so I went along with it. And this is going to go viral.
This is going viral for sure. Hello, Lily. Are you at home now? Are you free tonight? Go to dinner.
Right now? I wasn't hungry at the moment, but if you insist...
I am Arlene. I'm sorry, I added the wrong person. Hope I didn't disturb you.
Not at all. I am lonely and looking for singles in my areola.
Acquaintance is fate, although it is wrong encounter. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
You tell me first. I am nervous and my hands are covered in artisan mustard.
I am from Guangzhou and live in New York. Where are you from?
Wow. I am from New Pork City, home of the Oinkers. But now I live in a great country called my dad's basement, home of the Doinkers.
Idiot.
And then, I'm sorry for this, but I said, what the f***?
Nothing by, idiot.
Sorry to waste your time. I can only imagine you would never do the same to anyone.
Are you kidding me that you are telling me things and places that are not there at all? You make me speechless. Where is New Pork City?
You have never heard of New Pork City? It is very small-minded of you to say it does not exist just because you have never been to the city of Big Oinkers.
I don't know where this is. How old are you?
The age Simba was when he was crucified.
You idiot.
And that's kind of the end. I said, basically, please scam me. And if you say the word scam to these people...
That's when they shut it down.
They go, they know. They're knowing that I'm doing the scamming.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Saturday night's all right for fighting. But not at all for scamming. Thank you for coming out and seeing my show. I've been Elton John. You've been truly beautiful.
Yes.
If you want to get a hold of us, 319-DUB-MIIT. 319-DUB-MEET. That's how you get a hold of us. You can leave us a message. You can tell us about maybe, I don't know, some Doritos you're eating. You could tell us about if I'm going to get fired because of where we're sitting and if my boss did or did not see me.
Mm-hmm.
You can also tell Landon that this actually was a good script and it was a very funny thing that happened.
I thought it was great. Have you ever heard this?
Whoa.
Our final weird and wonderful contestants are Rocket, Comet, Gynoid, Galaxy, Martian, Star, Moon.
Is this because we're on a...
So if you can identify that, please give us a call.
Yes, thank you. Leslie?
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.